Hey guys, it's Kelly and welcome back to my channel. Behind me, I have a 2022 Cadillac XT6 premium luxury vehicle that we are going to dive into today to see just how family friendly the $74,000 midsize SUV is. If this is your first time joining me, hey, I'm Kelly and I'm the car. I'm a mom and a certified child passenger safety tech. Thank you so much for joining me. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, and comment below about which other vehicles you want to see. All right, let's get started. Okay, this is my first time ever really playing around with this vehicle. I've never been able to get my hands on one until Cadillac themselves had to send me one, so thank you so much. Let's start by breaking down the front end of this vehicle. It's giving mini Escalade. I think they do a good job with cohesion across the Cadillac brand. I think the vehicle looks beautiful. Some really harsh hood lines right here that give it a really nice face. The beautiful Cadillac grille with our logo right here. Some nice LED wraparound headlights, a little bit of like faux venting down there. This beautiful like daytime running light that just goes directly down. That's very like what we find on the Escalade. And then some really nice chrome found on this XT6 luxury package as well. I love the chrome around here. I think it's a beautiful front end. I think it's definitely probably one of GM's better looking of their midsize SUVs. Looking at our side profile, let's start with these rims. These are some 20-inch rims. They look great. I love the Cadillac logo right here on the rim, matching Cadillac logo up here. We're doing this beautiful like cherry red color today. I don't really tour a lot of red vehicles. This is something kind of fun and different. A lot of chrome elements, chrome completely around the window, chrome running board as well, a nice belt line that comes all the way down the vehicle. And then we come to some more of these like angular taillights, kind of like almost like a boomerang shape right here. And then we go into the rest of it. A little bit of a chrome bar right here. Not always my favorite, but this one does seem subtle enough. Love how they tucked the wiper underneath here to really clean up the back end. Overall, I like the exterior. I'm excited to get into the interior, and I will say, like, having never spent a lot of time in this vehicle, I was expecting it to be a little bigger. If I'm thinking about the Chevy Traverse, I just thought it'd be a little bit more comparable in size of this. This feels more like a compact third-row SUV. I'm going to get into all of it once we get into it. But first impressions, I was surprised by the size. Okay, guys, so here's a shot of me in the driver's seat of this 2022 Cadillac XT6. Let's start by breaking down the door panel. We have a light interior. I was excited to see more of a beige interior. And I like that it's actually beige and not like an ivory or a grayish white that like every other one is doing right now. It is a true beige, and I think a true beige is absolutely beautiful. I love that we have the beige with the suede, some high gloss wood trim with some chrome detailing. I think this is really pretty, and it's kind of giving me like that luxury vibe. I mean, we are in a Cadillac. I like that they didn't go like trendy with the interior, but a little bit more classic. We get down to the side cubbies, memory seats, love to see that. We get, oh, and power mirrors, beautiful. We get down to the side cubby, and it's very strange. It's not what I'm used to. It's not what I was expecting, and it's really lacking on storage. I can't fit that cup there. I don't like how deep it is. Like, it's just, that's not my preference. I would have preferred like something more shallow, a little bit wider, especially since we have all this space here. It seems strange to put it on that. A lot of the car, you'll kind of notice throughout the tour, is like, it's not my favorite from a storage standpoint. There's not a lot of storage space. So let me get to the other side and I'll kind of show you what I mean. Okay, so let's talk about some more of the features and like aesthetics found up here. Again, lots of beige. Normally I don't see this as beige, and I kind of like I don't know, I'm kind of mixed on this. I actually like that this is beige because like the bottom half of the interior isn't beige, so there's still some good contrast, but still giving me very much like that light interior feel. So I actually I don't see a lot of beige dashes, so that was kind of exciting. We also have heads-up display in this vehicle, which is so exciting. One of my favorite features, great safety feature, keeps my eyes on the road, lets me know what I need to know. Then we move into the dash, and it's not digital. And that's, I feel as though for $74,000, it should be a digital display. Was just surprised to see that. A lot of things I was just like surprised, especially like, I guess I was picturing like so much more like mini Escalade on the interior, and especially like, yes, the Escalade's like $30,000 more, but it's also so much bigger. So I thought we'd have more of the same features, and I was just like surprised to see we didn't. We do have Super Cruise in this car. We'll talk about that later on in the video. Oh, amazing. One of my favorite features out of all vehicles ever, so that is exciting. Nice steering wheel controls here. We have our audio on this side, all of our cruise control technology here. And then we have some nice air vents, good ventilation right here. And then we move into my screen. And again, here I am just like shocked how small the screen is for the size of the car and the price of the car. I just feel like everyone's going bigger is better. This is small. It feels far away. I'm just surprised, I guess. I'm not going to be a hater. I do like things about this car. It's just, I'm struggling justifying that price point. We have a little cubby space right here. Honestly, couldn't tell you what's designed to go there because surely it can't be my phone. Surely it can't be, I guess it can kind of be a chapstick and maybe a key. That's a small cubby space for a 3-row SUV. Heated seats and ventilated seats. We love to see that. And I do appreciate that that's pulled out of this little display. And then we move down here. Again, this is all black, so I am liking the contrast. Cup holders, tiny. Can't lie to you there. And then we come down to some of our audio. So you can control the screen from here, or you can do a touch screen. So I do like having both of those options. I think that's helpful. And then the tiniest little volume button I ever did see. Nothing is less consistent than the size of volume buttons in vehicles. I have seen them where they are bigger than the shifter. Wanted to show the backup camera. So we have a surround view camera, which I love. And then a backup camera with some good like pedestrian warning as well. You can see I have a car seat there and it's incredibly stressed out with us. We also have good parking sensors that beep and they also vibrate the seats. I love that feature from Cadillac because it's just a good, like more silent reminder. And they use those seat vibrations like throughout a lot of their crash prevention technology. So things like the blind spot, they can vibrate the seats. If you're using the Super Cruise and the car needs you to take over, it vibrates the seats. It's a good way to alert the driver without like those annoying dings that I think some people can find incredibly annoying. Okay. Then we have we have a wireless charger right here, which is nice. And then a tiny center console. Oh, look, that's where the key goes. That's darling. Like, who would ever put the key? I'm assuming that means we have nothing else on top. What? Just for my key to go to sleep. Interesting. Did want to show we do have a pass-through right here, which is nice for a little bit of an extra storage underneath. Not like the most accessible because it's like I'd have to bend down to access anything. But for more like longer term items, okay, panoramic sunroof, beautiful. Extends the first row and the second row. Doesn't quite make it to the third row, but love it. So much beautiful natural light. And it has one of my favorite features found on cars, which is the rear view camera. So if you have like taller passengers back there and they can kind of obstruct visibility, or even look, just with those head restraints up, I kind of have trouble seeing. You can go like this and then I get a camera view of what's behind you. You can drive like this and it's so easy to flip on and off. So love that feature. The leather is very soft. It's like that Napa leather material. I love the intricate designs. Not like too much, not too quilted, keeping it simple. And then the suede beige headliner is something I don't think I've ever seen a beige headliner in suede. And it's pretty. I mean, it's giving a little beige shade, but I think it's just like the right color, so I'm not minding it as much as it's not too yellow, it's not too white, like it's just a good old tan interior. Okay, so that's how I feel about the front. Overall, I love some of the technology. The car definitely feels luxurious as far as like the materials used. I'm just looking for like a little more space, like just a few more inches would have been ideal. But let's hop to the second row. We'll kind of talk about those amenities and break down the car seat setup. Let's break down my comfort amenities, especially for like maybe a teenager or an adult passenger riding back here, because I met with some nice amenities actually. We have a nice leather back pocket, seats incredibly comfortable, possibly some of the comfiest like second row seats I've ever sat in. Door panel, Yawn City. It's beautiful, looks just like the front. I don't have sunshades. I don't have a good side cubby. I mean, that could fit a Dasani water bottle at best. Couldn't fit anything else. I do have ceiling vents, which is great for ventilation for kids in car seats or just people who want airflow. Seems like pretty basic. A handle and then a panoramic sunroof. So really comfortable. As far as the spacing is concerned, this is with the seat set for myself. So I'm almost 6 feet tall. And here's me as a 6 foot tall passenger. But note that I have this seat pushed all the way back. So I'm giving the third row as little space as possible. If I were to move it up all the way, that would not work. So again, that's where I'm just like saying like a few more inches would have been nice. I was kind of excited to see this. We have heated seats in the second row as well as our own climate control, which is really nice. USB, USB-C, and we can pull this out. And we were met with some lame cup holders. Plus a little storage cubby right here. So that's actually really nice. I like that they're there instead of like on the ground here. So that's good. That's a thumbs up. Okay, should we break down the car seat setup now? Meet you on the other side. Okay, so let's break down the car seat setup of this Cadillac XT6. With the captain's chair option, it comes in a captain's chair and a bench option. With the captain's chairs, I have lower anchors on both seats in the second row, tether anchors on all 4 of the seats. So there's only 2 seats in the third row. If I were to get the bench option, I don't get any more lower anchors, but I will get an additional tether anchor. So on the bench, you'd have up to 5 tethers with 2 lowers. With the captain chairs, you have 2 lowers with 4 tethers. Would like to see lower anchors in the third row. Can't lie. Other vehicles do it. Would be nice, but that's okay. I did want to show you, I brought a different car seat than what I normally bring. This is the Up Baby Mess infant seat. And I brought it to show you a feature that this car has to offer, which is the car seat friendly tilt. So we wouldn't do it with the baby installed. So if you had to access the third row, if you have a car seat or a booster seat installed with lower anchors, you can actually utilize this thing called the tilt. So you can just tilt the entire seat. It tilts, it pushes forward, won't affect the integrity of the installation, and then you're able to slide back there. So that is a very car seat friendly feature that I was excited to see found on this XT6. I am shocked to see it's not any sort of power in any way. I mean, I think like, even if you look at a car like the Kia Telluride, or comparing it to like the Infiniti QX60, they have those buttons, but they're power. I mean, that a child could not do that. So if I'm like, well, who's getting in the third row? A child. Let's make it easy for a child to use. Let's kind of talk a little bit about the spacing, because kind of as to be expected, it's a little tight if you're going to be utilizing that third row. So this is with the seat pushed all the way back. Here I have about probably 4 inches of clearance with the seat pushed all the way back. So I'm giving the third row very little leg room. If I were to move it forward even just a little bit. So now I'm touching but not braced, but that's still not all the way forward. So just with like a few more inches. But we love the ceiling vents, especially for those car seat age kids. I mean, look how nice that is. The seats recline, which is great. Headrests are adjustable. The car is comfortable. Let's get to the third row. Okay, let me hop back there. Woo! All right, here we are. So like I said, only 2 seats in the third row, which is fine, because that means we have like 2 actual real life seats back here. So the seats itself, they're comfortable. I'm not like spilling over into the next seat. I've got really good amenities back here for a third row. Ceiling vents, light, USB-C, a cup holder. Beautiful. A little window. I'm comfy. Let's see this though. This is what I'm nervous about. Ugh. With this seat pushed all the way back, it's a no for me. I'm a tall adult, so I understand that. But like, I'm completely braced up against it. I'm not comfortable. I feel like I can't even buckle properly because like I need my feet flatter. Like my feet aren't even flat. I'm like on my tippy toes. Like, I can't put my feet underneath it. My headroom's good, which is a little surprising. I'm impressed by that. My head restraint feels nice. I feel safe back here. But if I move it up all the way, like it feels honestly just as spacious as the second row did. So I think it just depends like who's sitting where. Rear facing car seats, it's going to be really hard to put someone back here. It's going to be hard to access. Everything about it's going to be hard. Forward facing car seats, shorter adults, teenagers right in the second row, I think you have decent space back here. This is not the worst third row I've ever been in. I also like that the floorboard doesn't feel too elevated. A lot of the times I get back here, the next thing I know, like my knees are at my chin because it's so elevated. So I'm not having that sensation back here. Overall, a comfortable third row. To exit, you just pop that up, and again, that's just a little harder than what I would like. All right, let's dive into the trunk space, shall we? Power tailgate, beautiful. Tine trunk. What a baby trunk. Nice extra space there. Love that that's on hinges so you can get a few more inches. I'm actually going to try to utilize that. Ooh. Okay. That was impressive though. Did you see how I did that? That's kind of a pro move you might not have seen before, but you take that extra storage part up. Okay, that's nice. This is the double Zoe twin stroller. Not bad. So anyway, love a little bit of extra space right there. And then we have the ability to put down these seats. It's incredibly confusing. So that's the second row. Not labeled at all though. Like, where's the label to say like second? Like I guess because it was the one that was closest to it, which maybe that's enough for you. Can't bring those ones back up. Third row, you have to hold it. That is like my pet peeve. Oh gosh. Not the end of the world though. I mean, at least it's pretty fast. And then you have to hold them to bring them back up too. So that's good. I like that's power. I wish you didn't have to hold it, but overall, That's not bad. And when you have these seats down, you have some really nice cargo space. Everything's completely flat. Looks really good. I mean, this feels better as far as like the size of the SUV is concerned. So thank you so much for tuning in to this Cadillac XT6 tour. I really like a lot of things about the car. I just question some of its family friendliness. Could be a little bit bigger for me, but drive is beautiful, looks are beautiful, feels luxurious, and I think for 1 to 2 children, I think you'd be incredibly comfortable in it. Any more, I think things will get a little tight. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.